you know, like if I was somewhere and like somebody threw a punch, but then nobody connect and niggas got broken up, I wouldn't be like, that was a fight.
It's still a fight. It's just
it got broken up before it could actually be a fight. Somebody gotta get hit for real for the fight to start.
I feel you.
Somebody gotta get hit for real for the fight to start. The fight can't just be like both of them.
I've been in those circumstances, but I don't know. I don't really feel like I've been in real fights.
Nah,
what do you consider a real fight?
I ain't never been in a fight. For one, I had 23 cousins at my high school at one time. So niggas didn't want them problems with me. Nah,
y'all was jumping people, just me.
Listen, I didn't have to touch nobody, tap nobody tap me. I had 23 cousins.
How many kids are in the school?
Listen.
24.
Coming from where I'm from, it's a small ass town. It's Haines City, Florida, so it's really small.
Oh.
And so yeah, and then my mama was the dean, so niggas they didn't want them problems. Because my cousins was going to beat your ass and then my mama was going to suspend you. You ain't want them problems. You didn't want those.
So y'all was basically the feds. Y'all was setting niggas up and then locking them up?
Listen,
that's insane.
And my uncle was the football coach. So it was like...
Y'all just had it all covered.
Basically.
Okay.
Every aspect.
That probably made dating hard, though.
It really did though.
Yeah, see?
My mama was
you talking all this positive shit came from this. There's some negatives too.
Listen, Karen was a whole asshole when I was in high school. My mama was an asshole when it came to me dating. Like if there was this one senior that wanted to date me. And
what grade was you in?
I was in the 9th. But what?
He's a pervert. If you look,
not a pervert.
If you look back, and that dude is a pervert now. I promise you.
He's not. We're he's actually registered still really good friends.
Hey,
eventually she did.
Niggas know perverts. Niggas do know perverts.
Eventually she let me date. She let me date him.
You said your mom was the principal?
She's a dean. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was cool. I mean, it kept me on track. You know, like I made good grades. I ended up being I signed my first deal when I was like 15. So we ended up moving to LA, but because she was my dean, she ended up coming with me, obviously. And she ended up becoming the teacher for like my group and made sure that I went back to my high school and marched with my class. And I went back to my prom. So it's like, you know.
So it worked out for you.
It worked out.
You had the insider connect you needed.
Yeah.
Did you ever get any love on grades? Don't
nah.
lie. Don't be lying.
Nigga.
On this podcast.
Nah, not at all. Cause I mean,
it's you know how the coach's son sometimes is really good, and you like, damn, he really good because he stayed in and worked hard with the coach, or he's trash as shit. And you like he only on the team because he's the coach's son.
Nah.
Like, did you ever with people like she only got that A?
Nah.
Because her mama the dean.
Nah. If anything, I feel like my teachers might have been a little bit more, hard on me because. Nah, I'm dead ass.
That's what the coach's son say too. That's bullshit.
Nah, nigga, I swear, I made good grades in real life, like
in real life, y'all. Just in case y'all was wondering.
Yeah, like not fake life, but in real life.
I still feel like if you're like a really high class performer kid, like I feel like you also get those types of things that athletes get, and you had a lot of success when you were really little. So, like, I feel like if you're going to be honest with yourself.
Let me tell you this. If a bitch couldn't write a paragraph, she wouldn't have got no A. Okay? I couldn't. On some real shit. And then I learned, honestly, too, in school.
I didn't question your writing. It was the math I was thinking about.
It wasn't the writing. No, my math was good, too. Listen, we was good. I made good grades. Okay. I had to. Karen wasn't playing them games. Karen crazy. Karen is crazy.
Nothing else we learned from 2020 is that Karen is crazy.
What does your mom think about the Karen phenomenon?
Oh, when it first the whole Karen phenomenon, she was like, I think she might have put some on Facebook or something about listen, don't get it confused, okay? Like there's them Karens over there, them Karens over there, and this Karen right here. So she didn't play them games.
Are there black Karens?
I don't think you can be a black Karen.
Is there black Karens? Like, what would a black Karen be? It would still have to be kind of a white woman. She'd still kind of be like,
nah, she a coon, yeah, for sure. She a black woman that's like on bullshit
that
with black
not
people.
In touch with her people.
You're not really with us, fam.
Nah,
like
you're not with us.
Candace Owens is a Karen.
Yeah.
You're not with us.
But I don't know if she is Candace Owens even in situations to. How do you become a Karen? Is it just calling the feds on motherfuckers?
I don't know. First of all, I don't really like to educate myself in the ways of the Karens. I don't want nothing to do with them. I just know when they say some fucked up ass shit, and I know how quick my mouth is, and I have no tolerance for the Karens. Me personally.
Yeah.
Why would you?
I just don't.
Well, I feel like the Karen, it's not like a one-time thing. It's like a deep-seated like sense of entitlement that this Karen has had her whole life.
For sure.
You know, she's like, the rules don't apply to me, but they do apply to them.
Yeah.
I'm calling the police on them.
Right.
You know, like that's a very.
And they got the same haircut. It's the same little swoop in the front that you like. You know what? That swoop don't need to be there. She on bullshit for sure.
Where did that haircut come from? I feel like it was nowhere, and then
it's weird because
it was on Moms Nationwide.
And then white moms who fuck black dudes also have the same haircut. It's interesting.
I can't stand you, but I understand.
You know who I'm talking
I know
about.
the
You know
haircut
exactly
you're
which
talking
haircut
about. It's
it
like
is.
it'd be like
It's Midwest.
and then this part be like long.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like one of them.
That's not quite a bang, but I see what you're doing. It's got design to it, I guess.
I guess. Shit, I don't know.
Hey, welcome to Wine and Weed.
Hey.
I am one of your hosts, Sterling Steelo, Brim, a.k.a. S to the B, turn your best to the breed, a.k.a. is our third leg, known as Just Me, a.k.a. Concerned Father, a.k.a. Black Mama, a.k.a. RP Black Mamba, a.k.a. Steezington, Stallington, and last but not least, your Uncle Elroy, and with me as always.
I'm Chris Reinacher, a.k.a. the Chronosewer, a.k.a. the Corona Sewer. Because somebody was like, does he say a.k.a. the Corona Sewer at the top?
Okay.
It's kind of gross. I don't really want to be a.k.a. the Corona Sewer. A.k.a. the Goop in Your Gap, a.k.a. the Elusive Moose, a.k.a. La La La, a.k.a. Speed Bump, a.k.a.
Somebody said you got to bring back Saxophone Jones.
And
I was like, that's a fact.
That's my
fam.
favorite one, really.
Yeah, Saxophone Jones. Man.
Jones.
We had a whole song dedicated to you.
Damn.
And with us this week, a very special guest, award-winning singer and songwriter, Sevyn Streeter.
What's going on?
How you been, fam?
I'm good.
I've been knowing you for a minute.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was with you. I was with it. It's been a long ass time. Yeah,
I'm
nigga.
joking.
What?
I mean, you don't want to have a dance off with me though, fam.
I'm really
like
I
that.
heard earlier that your legs weren't working too well today.
No, my
so
legs
you don't
work.
wanna have
The
a dance
jeans
off
with
me.
my legs is where the complications are coming in.
The jeans with your legs?
Yeah, they just look a little thick right here.
Okay.
See that?
All right.
Yeah.
It's mobility.
It is.
So it's
there. Still work. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. You get all in the. All
yeah,
right.
that's good right there.
Welcome to our show. This is the 99th episode today.
Yes.
So next week will be our 100th
I
episode
thought it was already 100.
celebration. Well, on the thumbnails, it's
Oh,
99.
we didn't include the 420s and stuff?
I've always been in my head saving my big wine and weed
100?
100.
My
I want to like
bad.
wear suits next week and
Oh,
stuff.
shit. You didn't tell me any of this.
I have these ideas in my head.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, I'm with
Come
it.
on now, Suits.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, it's the 100th episode.
Now,
But
that's dope.
you're number 99.
Listen,
I
I kind of wish I would have came last week. I would have loved to be 100.
No, next week now. He said next week is the 100.
Oh,
Yeah, so you're a week
Although you're
early.
right, we did have some specials that maybe
nice.
cloud. Maybe we have done over 100.
But you
shows.
say 98. I'm with 98. I'm
I
rocking
like
with you,
it.
my dog.
That's
So
dope.
today's 99. On the show, we talk about the news of the week. We smoke weed. We drink wine. Thank you so much for joining us.
Today we're
both of
drinking a
us.
little Whispering Angel. When we back on
Thank
our
you
thought
for
drink.
having me. Cheers.
Cheers, yeah.
Cheers, cheers. In the eyes over there.
I don't know what this is we smoking, Chris.
You so silly.
Cheers, cheers.
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 And we are smoking. What is it? That's.
Mendocino Coast? What is this? I don't fucking know. Red Dragon.
Ooh.
Red Dragon.
Okay.
Red Dragon.
Hmm?
I said,
What you
okay,
smoking?
Red Dragon.
You brought your own drink like
I
you weren't fucking with us.
I did. No, I do. Like,
Like we was gonna
Romy's-
lace our shit or some shit.
First
She was
of
like, let
all-
me bring my own joint. You just never know with these
No,
niggas
listen,
in Hollywood.
I like to look. Mama looks out for herself. I keep it on me at all
Okay.
time. You feel
Ooh.
me? So, yeah, no, this is just indica. It's a pre-roll. I like to do pre-rolls because when I'm working
You're
and
a real
I'm,
thug. I can't even drink indica in the streets.
what?
I be falling over in the street. I be fucking passed out. I
Nah.
could be drinking on indica out in the street.
You know why I like indica is because as a creative, my mind moves 100 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour. So I had this discussion the other day, actually.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, indica is so heavy, it's so this. But for me, it's not. It actually kind of helps to balance me out a little bit because my brain is always on, pew, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see my shit is on the same thing, but then I smoke sativa and somehow it just be like, Sonic, nigga, let's go.
Really?
I'm just saying, like, I just feel like I'm going even faster, but maybe you're like more efficient with the indica. I might have to try it for the balance.
And then I'm gonna have to try your shit.
Nah, it's gone. No. You're gonna just feel like a clucker. You're gonna feel like a fucking crackhead in the streets. You don't want sativa.
You know what? Okay.
People be like, I can't smoke that shit. I get paranoid as a motherfucker in the streets. I'd be like, really?
I've heard that too. I don't really get paranoid, but I feel like my mind still has that like calm down thing, but then it's still working fast. Where if I have indica, it'll calm down, and then it'll be like, maybe you should just chill. And then it's like, maybe you shouldn't create something today. And then I'll like,
so it basically it slows down, then it stops for you.
Yeah, it's like, what about the couch? That looks nice.
That is true though.
You know,
I'll let it take me into that space sometimes.
Okay.
Something
wrong with that.
Sometimes, yeah.
But yeah, shit. Let's get drunk, high, and get to some fucking articles.
Horny DoorDash driver reportedly holds food hostage for sex. A cold, wet, and horny DoorDash driver apparently wanted.
God, who wrote this?
Come on.
A cold, wet, and horny DoorDash driver apparently wanted more than a tip on a dinner delivery, according to a report.
That was good.
Help me out a little sexually and I'll deliver the food. The driver allegedly texted a female customer earlier this month. If not, I'm going to have to cancel it. The angry woman turned to social media with a screenshot of the creepy exchange in which the driver said, it's late, wet, rainy, and I'm tired. I can't believe this happened, the woman wrote on Facebook. I feel incredibly unsafe because now the sick individual has both my phone number and my address. DoorDash has fired the driver.
That's it?
Good.
Well,
DoorDash is like, you gotta go. That's it, motherfucker?
You gotta go.
First of all, what kind of food was this? Let's start with that. That he thought like this is equivalent to pussy right here. This is the amount right here is what pussy is worth. It must have been he's bringing her Nobu some shit.
Maybe it was Nobu.
No, I mean, it would have to be something like that. If he was telling her for Chick-fil-A, you got to bust it open. That's wild,
That's
fam.
super wild.
Not that it's not wild to begin with. It's just more that the Chick-fil-A would make it super wild.
That's true.
Yeah. Does it say what he was bringing her?
No, but there's more to the text exchange. So first, the text starts, "Hi, this is DoorDash connecting you to your Dasher for updates about your order." Yeah. He goes, "Question for you."
That's what he goes, "Just did."
He goes, "Question for you." She says, "Yes." He goes, "First, are you single?" She says, "I have a boyfriend." He says, "Well, look, first off, it's late, wet, rainy, and I'm tired. DoorDash offered me this delivery when I was 10 miles away, meaning there's not many drivers out. So I'll make you a deal. Help me out a little sexually and I'll deliver the food. If not, I'm going to have to cancel."
Bitch.
Yo, first of all, is her picture isn't listed on DoorDash. I have DoorDash. I don't remember taking a picture for them niggas. Your picture not listed on there, so why he just was shooting this blind six?
That's
in spades right here. He was like, yo, I'm going to fuck whatever's on the other side of that phone. It don't matter what it look like.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
And then secondly, this is just wild. Just wild. This is why, I don't ever blame women for anything they say just because niggas be wilding.
That's insane.
Has this worked for him before? Has he ever done this before? And then I'm wondering, I don't think it was
on
Nobu.
Grubhub. He used to get this done on Grubhub.
I feel like it had to be something they were craving in order to you'd have to be delivering something really specific.
She must have texted him at some point and said, "I'll do anything for this food."
Yeah, exactly.
Can you get it here? And that's when he made the decision. I wasn't a pervert before this moment, but the opportunity has arisen.
No, that shit is crazy. I don't get it. Well, my thing is, even though that they fired him, he still has a whole fucking Rolodex of all these women information. That's crazy to me.
That's true.
That is the world we live in, though.
I know.
I'm not trying. Look, it is insane.
That's insane.
Also, Uber drivers. Also, people.
Yeah.
Also, data is what is passed along. They have data on us, on all of us, on everything. So I do agree with you. It's fucking scary as shit.
It's super scary.
But it's like, yo, this dude that's on DoorDash is like, yo, I came here for the sex. And I just think that's crazy.
My thing is, does he not get it anywhere else? He clearly is not getting it nowhere else.
He's like, Tinder doesn't work, but I bet my DoorDash.
What is I don't understand the logic behind it.
He might not be on Tinder. He might be like, dating sites, ugh. I'm going to get on DoorDash and ask for it.
That shit is creepy.
But it's scary that they know your location because bad people are going to wind up working for these sites.
That's true.
What do you mean bad people?
Like one of my friends left a
bad people work everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and now they know where you live. So like one of my friends took out or left her Tesla key in an Uber, and then she realized it, tried to contact, couldn't find it, and wound up basically kind of catching the Uber driver coming to her garage to steal the Tesla.
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy out here.
That's wild.
You want to know what happened to me the other night? I went into CVS, right? It was only 3 cars in the parking lot. Went to CVS, came back out. There was a long stem rose inside of my door. There was nobody in the parking lot selling roses. There was only 2 other cars in the parking lot.
Girl, look at God.
And there was nobody in the cars.
Look at God. He sent your man.
But cut it out. Listen, if I don't want him that way. That shit freaked me out.
That is super creepy.
That's scary.
And you never figured out what it was?
No.
Did you get right in your car immediately?
Did he leave you a note?
There was no note. There was nobody in sight. There was nobody in the parking lot.
Oh, somebody gonna text you in like a couple days and be like, yo,
Nah.
just know I care about you so much. I've been following you for a while.
Listen.
You gotta get in that car quick because there's a human trafficking scheme where they put zip ties on the car, and it doesn't prevent you from getting in the car, but it makes you go like, what's this zip tie about?
Yeah.
And they could have been making you do that with like, what's this rose about?
My fans said that they Googled it because I put it on Twitter.
Okay.
And my friends were like, we Googled that, and that is a trick. She said, had you have smelled the rose, maybe, because, you know, you naturally want to smell flowers, whatever. They said maybe there was something in the flower that could have made you pass. I don't know. It just,
fuck.
isn't that crazy?
But also, I will say this much.
Yeah.
I've seen this meme that they call it, where it says a human trafficking thing. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying we be falling for the conspiracies online real quick through a meme.
True?
Through a fucking meme, we be like,
true?
this shit must be real. It's like, I don't know if we have any evidence that motherfuckers are really doing the zip tie and everything.
Yeah.
I just knew it was a meme. It might happen. It might be a real thing.
I'm pretty sure it's a real thing.
Why are you pretty sure of this?
Because I saw a meme.
And who would take their time to do that?
No, but I mean, it makes sense, right?
No, it makes sense. No,
Yeah.
I'm
Conspiracies
saying
do make sense.
Conspiracies make
But
sense.
also, there is a lot of human trafficking happening, and the fact and people get
Absolutely.
human trafficked in parking lots. That's all real.
Yeah. That shit just freaked me out.
Did you run? But like, did you get in right away? Did it click to you,
When I tell
or were you like?
I pewed to my house so fast, and then I was like, pew, and then was watching like every turn, making sure there was no car following me. It just really freaked me out.
Yeah, I had a girl one time leave me a note in my shit.
Oh God.
She did.
What she said, Steelo?
She was like, I just noticed you went in the gym. I missed you. Here's my number. Here's my Instagram. Hit me up. And I was just like, thirsty ass out of here gonna leave that on my windshield.
Listen.
Then a van pulled up.
Right.
No, so then I DM'd her.
Right. I was about to say.
It's like, shit, you thought you were gonna get this work? No, I didn't hit her up.
Cut it out.
I didn't hit her up at all. But
Why
that
not?
was I don't know, because any girl that's willing to leave her shit in a windshield is wild. What chick is really like, oh, I mean, I'm not mad at you shooting you a shot. You leaving the shit in the windshield and telling me I saw you. It's like, bitch, you could have waved me down there.
Yeah, it's a red flag.
She
for
could have.
sure.
She could have come and just talked.
She could have just said something.
Yeah, she could have just come and talked to you.
Yeah.
That is a little creepy.
It says to me she didn't believe in herself either.
But you're telling me you didn't even look her up on Instagram?
I did look her up.
Okay.
Hell yeah, I did.
Was it a dilemma to be like, oh?
Nah, it wasn't really no dilemma.
Okay.
I was like,
Was the
oh.
way that she approached you, is that what turned you off?
Nah,
No.
look, if she was like that and I went to her page, I would be like, it's kind of cute that she did.
So
put that in my
basically,
windshield.
she wasn't bad enough. So you was
I
just
don't want to
like,
say that about that woman. I'm saying she wasn't
She's
my
definitely
preference.
listening to the
She
show.
wasn't my preference.
okay. Well, that's fine.
I won't say she wasn't bad.
So then if she was your preference, then the note would have been cute.
I would have wrote her back like that was tacky as hell, but here I am. For sure, I would have told her that it's tacky as shit, but you got me. I'm a tacky nigga, so here we are.
Miami Beach extends curfew to control crowds. The city of Miami Beach voted Sunday to extend emergency restrictions amid out-of-control spring breakers that local law officials believe are made up of more than just your typical college students. City commissioners voted to keep an 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew in its entertainment district, with an exception for restaurant delivery services and restrictions up until 10 p.m. The rules begin Saturday on a 72-hour state of emergency and will remain in effect through the end of the month, with the possibility of extending to mid-April. The city has made over 1,000 arrests since February.
We partied so hard it got declared a state of emergency.
That's crazy. That's
Real
crazy.
shit.
That's some real shit.
What is there to even say about this? Like, we've been watching this happen. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped in 4 cities that everybody just travel to every week. And no, not against you.
No,
I'm saying, but no, Miami. I'm just saying, I know motherfuckers be in Miami. It's more expensive to go to Miami right now than it is Mexico and other places.
That's
because
crazy.
motherfuckers are in Miami.
Yeah. That's
So during spring break, of course, these people who you haven't given anything to do, who barely just got back to school and everything else, are about to fucking party with their friends that they haven't seen.
That's true.
It's a very easy call. I blame the states.
And there's a little bit of a feeling like it's over. So
Oh yeah, I saw a video of a dude declaring that it was over, and I was like, "Who told you that?"
Really?
mission accomplished.
Nah, that's some crazy shit though. I think that, I feel you. I mean, they really people have been locked up and not been able to go anywhere. And then you're talking about they're kids. Like a lot of them are kids. So it's like, they're like, okay, it's open down there and it's spring break and we've been locked up. And then a lot of them, they haven't even been able to really experience college in the way that they were probably looking forward to experiencing college. They think about that. I had a conversation with my cousin the other day they were looking forward to going on campus and being with friends and having this whole party college experience. You take that away from them and now we're out and we're open and they're like, it's spring break. We're going to go turn up with our friends.
And if we get it, we're in our 20s. It's not that big of a deal. You know?
What was I thinking for sure?
Yeah,
I mean,
that
there's
is
part of that thinking in there. Like the thought process of the partier does make logical sense.
No, I mean, I don't blame them just because, again, it should have been governed better. People should have been told what they couldn't do and not given the power to each individual governor in different states and saying, we all make a decision so that wouldn't fall on the president. They should have made a decision as a country and said, hey, we're shutting shit down and this is how we're going to run it. But when you do state by state, of course, you're going to have red states, you're going to have blue states, you're going to have people who believe one thing and not the other. So then it just becomes a free-for-all for how do you want to run your state and who is loving you in that. And in Houston, for the governor of Texas, it makes perfect sense to say people who are probably anti-maskers anyway, of course, want to tell you that you can fucking stay open because I'm with you. I'm with the people because I want to win.
Right.
I want to fucking, get back in office. So I'm with whatever the fuck y'all rocking with. Y'all rocking with no mask and everything open. Let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It's just more that our government should have jumped in a long time ago and mandated things so that we don't, deal with this.
Yeah.
Part of me likes that there's like one guy though that's like, all right, Texas, you tried not wearing masks. Now we get to see what would happen. And has Florida, I'm surprised Florida isn't like the most infected state in the country. Aren't we still the most infected state?
We have more people though.
It's just interesting that we have these like test groups in some ways. It's interesting. I don't know if it's good governing. And it's kind of almost callous for me to say it's interesting because they're people's lives. But, in some sense, it's like, oh, interesting. This is what would happen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
How are they giving out those tests? I mean, like the actual results. Is it for people who live within the state? Or is it if you get tested within the state? Like, how do they do that? Because if you're saying like, oh, Florida is only this number, you may have a rotating population of people who are coming to visit.
Yeah, that's true.
Non-stop.
And they're all bringing it back.
Yeah, of course. They're bringing it back to then their small cities or wherever they're from. And then that's how it continues to spread. So I don't know if you can look at it and say, well, California has the most. Maybe they do. I don't fucking know. People still come here as well.
It's also probably the most tests, and there's probably a less of a want to get tested there. You're right. There's a ton of fucking factors. There's a ton of factors.
Really are.
Nucky, please stop it. Please stop it.
A lot of segments end with us just telling Nucky to
This is true.
I'm just trying to get the fact that his name is Nucky. I just never heard a dog named Nucky.
Nucky, what's wrong with that?
I like it. It's cute.
Yeah, I tried to get Nucky if you buck. That's his Instagram.
That's what I
handle.
thought at first. It was like it came from
Nah,
that.
I wish. I mean, it definitely was like that was a cherry on top.
Right.
But it was definitely based more in Nucky Thompson. Did you watch Boardwalk Empire?
I did not.
only a little bit.
Really?
I watched maybe a few
I need to watch it.
episodes.
Should I binge it?
But I like the idea behind it, so I
it.
kind of want to watch it. And I also love Steve Buscemi. Also, Sterling said that if he got another dog, he would also name it Nucky, which kind of blew
You would
my
have
mind.
2 dogs named Nucky.
Well, once this dog dies.
when this one dies, yeah, we're waiting kind of.
Wait, where are y'all? Come on.
No, not like that.
It
Like,
came up.
Not like that. People brought it up.
y'all special.
No, he's special. But no, you don't live with him. You don't know what he puts people through.
What does he do? He's so cute.
Being cute is not enough.
Listen here. Come
How
here,
many
Nucky.
times did you meet like a cute dude? You're like, girl, I think he the one. And he was a little off.
Listen, okay.
And you was like, this motherfucker a little off while you
Listen
was trying to
here.
holler at me.
We ain't got enough wine to talk about that.
That's
But
what I'm
that's a whole other
saying.
conversation.
It's not enough. So no, I love Nucky for real. Like, he is special, but that's my dog.
He's so cute. I really want to get a dog, though. I keep saying that. I'm going to get a dog.
You should get a dog.
I
Look,
know.
you can test Nucky out for sure.
Can I?
For sure.
I really want a doggy sit because my team keep trying to talk me out of it. All except for Jaden don't try to talk me out of it. But everybody else like, you don't have time for a dog, and But I need
Nucky will talk you out of it.
Nuh-uh.
Taking care of Nucky.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
will.
saying taking care of another dog, but taking care of Nucky. Look at him right now. He's fighting the ground.
So, Biden White House asked staffers to resign over past marijuana use. A number of White House staffers were asked to resign or demoted for past marijuana use, regardless of whether those employees had been in one of the 14 states where the drug is legal, according to a report. The administration had required workers to disclose past marijuana use on a background check form, but told some new hires it would be overlooked, though for those who answered yes. Despite this, the White House Director of Management and Administration reportedly led a series of one-on-one calls with staffers this month, asking those who admitted to marijuana use to either resign or be placed in a remote work program.
So he set niggas up and said, hey, let us know if you like smoke weed because we cool with it because we chill. And here at the White House, we're real chill about things. And then niggas was like, yeah, I mean, sometimes we smoke. He's like, this nigga right here, take him away. That's exactly what he did.
I just don't understand. I mean, once they found a way to monetize marijuana, why are people still being like punished and penalized for the fact that they smoke? I don't get that. I really don't.
I don't get that either.
I don't get it.
I don't get how he tried to act like he had this whole stance like in legalizing marijuana, and then you're punishing people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he said that he didn't it say like he was willing to look past prior, like I'm willing to look past the fact that you smoked in high school. Okay,
Wow.
it's like why the fuck would that have to matter?
Past marijuana use. I don't. Okay, so I just remembered that earlier this week I stumbled upon this. I didn't get into the details of it, but I read kind of I read like what people were saying about it, and some people were like, this was one factor among many things why these people were fired. So these people were fired for this, that,
Well,
the
then
other
that's
thing,
different.
and so that does make a difference.
That's different.
But if you're firing, but I almost like that they have to say something about this too, to be like, no, we don't condemn marijuana, but. Because I want to hear this administration say that. Because this is fucking bullshit. It
Yeah.
needs to become federal legal.
Come on. It really
we're
is bullshit.
here.
We're so here.
Come on.
Yeah.
So to find out that there is an attitude that's like anti-marijuana, anti-people who smoke marijuana, which are people who have smoked marijuana in like the past 90 days in America, is a decent representation of Americans.
Yeah.
Those people should be able to represent us in the White House.
Come on.
And not be like, you smoked weed once, so you don't have a say. When
Yeah.
it's like, why shouldn't these people have a say if that's
Right.
part of their lifestyle?
Right.
Fuck that
Absolutely.
shit.
No, that's some
Yeah,
bullshit.
Chris, talk that shit,
I'm
Chris.
pissed off.
Yeah, when you
like,
see
come
Joe,
on.
what you gonna do to
Also,
him?
it's gonna make us so much money. Just legalize it already.
And
like,
let the homies out. That's it.
Let
Just
the
those two
homies
things.
out. That's the real shit. Let
That's
them out.
it.
but it's
That's
all,
very
it's
simple.
interesting that if it is something else, but they're getting fired for marijuana, it is funny that marijuana is just always a scapegoat, and they're using marijuana as a
Right,
scapegoat.
right.
Yeah, why is it even included? Why even bring it up? If
Yeah.
it's like, oh, this is just one of the things. Just like, well, why is it being brought up if you say you stand with
Right.
legalization of marijuana? Like,
I say more weed in the White House.
they probably do. We probably do need more weed in
Seriously,
the White
though.
House for real.
At one time, maybe like one Congress sesh, they should just pass
All
it around.
smoke, shit.
And then just
Okay.
turn the cameras off and just like fucking talk for a minute.
Yeah.
Listen,
No, that's the problem is the cameras. I'm a little high. Sorry. I'll figure out
it's
government.
okay.
I'll figure it out.
I'm cool with this. I'm cool with the government adding weed as a mandatory thing just to chill the fuck out, homie. that decision you about to make, smoke weed.
We work and we smoke all the time. It helps me get through my job.
Man.
You know what I mean? It makes things a lot easier. I can process things better. Yeah. Working weed.
And it works differently with different people's minds, you
Yeah.
know? And
Yeah.
not everybody,
Yeah.
you know, maybe Joe Biden fucking gets all paranoid when he gets high. And he's like, I don't want a bunch of paranoid people.
He
It's
need
like,
to get on the indica and balance itself out.
Joe, it doesn't do to you what it does to me, okay? We're different guys, Joe. Be chill.
Can you work out while smoking?
I can. I love it.
Me too. I love it.
I love going running while I smoke. I know it sounds crazy. Like I'll smoke before I like go for a run, and then I have all these amazing ideas.
But then don't
like,
your knees tend to jello sometimes? And you be like,
nah,
what the fuck?
I like lock in.
Ooh,
Like I lock in, and I have all, and they don't let me have like my AirPods in. So like I'm high and I got my AirPods in and I'm running. I'm having all these thoughts and like it's amazing. I get back to the house, I got a million phone calls to make because I've had a trillion ideas on my run.
I'm with you in that,
Yeah.
except I stop running. I'm like, I'm running for a while and I'm like, this is great. Now I'm thinking of ideas. These ideas are cool. And then I stop running. But I'm just walking.
That's the second time you said that today. That's the second time you've
What?
said that you smoke and then you slow down and then you stop.
But you just don't do that. That doesn't
No.
see, Joe? We doesn't do that to everybody. No,
Yeah,
that's
nah,
amazing.
it
that
keep me-
we
it
doesn't
keep
do
me-
that to you.
But I told you, like my shit keeps going and going, so it kind of helps the balance for me. It works like that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Kylie Jenner slammed after asking fans for GoFundMe donations for a hospitalized makeup artist. Kylie Jenner is facing backlash after she promoted a $60K GoFundMe for a celebrity makeup artist and only apparently chipped in $5,000 herself. TMZ reported that the artist was involved in a bad car accident and needed to undergo brain surgery. He's currently in the hospital and his family started the online fundraiser to help with medical expenses. Jenner shared the GoFundMe to her Instagram story and encouraged her fans to contribute to it. Swipe up to visit his family's GoFundMe. Under the list of donations, someone named Kylie Jenner gave $5K. But fans thought that Jenner, who has worked with him before, could have fitted the whole bill given the fact that she's worth millions.
I mean, I'm split on how to feel about
I'm
this.
very split.
Yeah, Kylie didn't love his work for her to get 5 racks.
I can't stand you.
I didn't know he needed brain surgery.
It was brain
surgery makes it a whole different
Wow.
game. I thought it was like literally like, oh man, I got a car accident and my ACL's torn and I got to go do some shit and 60 bands on that. No, brain surgery is way more legit and like serious.
Yeah.
I don't believe in trying to tell any celebrity or any person what to do with their money and to say, oh, you have to do this thing. I think if she promotes it, that's cool. That's money right there by her even promoting it. But I do understand why people would be mad about this. If I'm her, I don't put my 5 bands on the GoFundMe. I send it directly to them so that fans don't know. Mm-hmm. That's the fix here, is that you was just too sloppy and was like, let me just send the 5,000 to kick it off. Now 5,000 is still nice. Thank you for giving 5,000 for this person's medical expenses. But I think she should just do it privately next time so people ain't counting her checkbooks and counting her money and being like, oh, she only gave this money.
Basically.
Well, there was a little like meme thing, and I trust memes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
And it said that based on her net worth and how much she makes a day, it does take her about 3 hours to make $60,000.
I don't think it make it
Does
take
that
that long.
It might be more about her companies and, you know, but does that pay a difference if like Taylor Swift is not supposed to pay for her makeup artists? Brain surgery, is Jeff Bezos supposed to pay for his makeup
My
art?
thing is, it's just you can't tell anybody what to do with their money. I really do feel like that. I'm not telling my people what to do with their money. Like it's a personal choice. I do agree with Steelo. Keep that shit offline next time. Like do that on the side. Like it's nobody's business. But I don't know. I would, me personally, I would feel a little uncomfortable asking people to give their money when that's my friend. You know what I mean? I would feel uncomfortable with that. But still.
Again, it's about how much. I don't want to sound like an asshole because I'm not being an asshole. It's also how close you are.
Yeah.
Like,
That too.
You don't know if that person is that close to that person where you're just like, oh, in passing. Just because you work with somebody once, fans don't fucking get it all the time. They may think just because you work with somebody, you knew them.
And
I may not know you at all. I may have got to the shoot one time in my young career, and they said, "This is your makeup artist for the day. This person will do your makeup," and you're like, "Cool," and you tag that person, and that means you work with that person. But again, you may not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know that person for real.
But I do still think that it was still thoughtful for her to even put it up there. You know what I mean? And that's what you take that from that too. It's like, bro, it was still an act of care. Hey, this happened to my friend. Would you guys like to help? I think it was thoughtful. I think it was still thoughtful.
What do you think? You think she should have paid it?
Yeah, I mean, I just think these people are working with a different figure of money. They're working in like the billionaire space, right?
What does that have to do with you or that person?
Considered a billionaire a couple of years ago.
Her company was worth, I think, $1 billion.
That's just a thing where I think in some circumstances there's a responsibility to give back to hopefully those people who need it, and especially that you're publicizing that this person needs it, but I'm not going to give it to them, even though I totally can. I don't know. I think, well, maybe the way that I'm looking at it, or the way that the people who are mad at her are looking at it, is like, well, if my hourly is this and her hourly is that, I would totally pay three of my hourlies to help a friend.
You're putting how you feel at the forefront and what you would do, and making that then the bar. You're saying, oh, this is the metric because what I would do is this. I would also pay. Has nothing to do with Kylie Jenner. Pay. Yeah. Has nothing to do with her money. Has nothing to do with how she operates and how she controls her money. I would be unjust in saying, oh, because I would do it, she needs to do it, and that's not the right thing to do. Right. I can just say that's not what I would do. I would pay it.
I would definitely pay it for my friend.
But I understand her not paying it, and she has the right to do whatever she wants to do with her money. Mm-hmm. She makes her money. And again, I don't think she loved his work. I'm joking.
Stupid.
Should we? Hey, you know what? If we got 60,000 streams, everybody give $1 to the GoFundMe. We just solved it right there, Chris. So you don't have to walk away with this feeling sad. We just got him 60,000.
I guess we'll be responsible for it.
No, it's not us, Chris. If they don't do their part,
oh yeah, I guess
the people out there.
I guess that's kind of what she was doing though. She was like, "You're gonna hate on me for this, but why don't you do it?"
Well, it's equivalent to this. Let me say this to you. Not even being funny.
I mean, a GoFundMe is asking a little bit for a handout, and a billionaire asking you for a handout for their friend is a little ironic. You gotta admit that it's logical for people to be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, but at the same time, if let's just say hypothetically speaking, Kylie Jenner is getting $250,000 for a swipe up, right? You might be then I just gave you $60,000 right there.
Well, why doesn't she just do a swipe up, make $250?
I think she did do 60, a swipe up, though, didn't she?
She just swiped up to the GoFundMe.
To the
but
GoFundMe.
She could have just done a swipe up with Sephora, made that money, and paid them.
But that's...
So post that.
You're telling her what to do with her checks again. She's helping out. Now you're telling her how much she has to help out.
That is true.
She is literally... She could have literally not posted anything.
I think that's what people feel like. She could have not posted it and just gave it. That's how they... I feel like people feel like that. But I don't tell people what to do with their money. I don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't. I know, I agree. I know what I would do for my friends, but that's not my bag. That's not my money.
The NAACP is called out over the poor amenities for women players. Hold on, let me start.
The NAACP?
I know. I'm like,
them niggas did what?
Just the NCAA has come under fire over the lack of amenities, notably the workout equipment at the women's basketball tournament compared with the men's event this year. Both tournaments are underway this week, with the women's tournament taking place at 5 sites in the city of San Antonio, Texas, with some games in Austin. The men's tournament is taking place at locations in Indiana. The contrast was highlighted by a Stanford sports performance coach who posted 2 photos on Instagram. One photo was the men's setup showing benches and other types of equipment. The other photo of the women's setup shows a set of free weights and some yoga mats. That's it.
That shit was crazy.
Damn.
You didn't see the photo, it was insane. It really was. Oh, okay.
And those were both from this year in the same town. Yeah. I didn't know what the comparison was.
That's the women's weight room. That's the full weight room right there. Yeah. Those 6 weights.
And then this is the men's.
And that's the men's.
That's disgusting.
Now, this is where as someone that plays sports, that is very invested in sports in some capacity, this is where the argument continues to happen. Is because I, for one, believe it is disgusting. It shouldn't happen. They should definitely have a better setup for women. It becomes the same argument with the WNBA and the NBA. People will say, oh, well, how we need to make sure that women get paid more. I think the WNBA top salary may have went up more recently, but it used to be around $150,000 a year. So they have to, in the middle of seasons, then go for season play in order for them to even live in some of these cities in New York or Chicago, Atlanta, wherever. How do you monetize these sports better so that men can't argue, oh, well, they only get that because they're bringing in money, they're bringing in this, they're bringing in that. What is the fix there? Or do we just, from a societal standpoint, say there is no immediate fix, and the only fix is to put more money into the sport, to invest more into the sports in order? Because when we think about sports in general for women, in order to really survive on, how many sports can we say female athletes, women athletes are like, oh, I just do this sport and that is all? How many sports can you really say that people can do that? Or most of them have to have other jobs. Candace Parker, I think, makes more money commentating than she does actually playing in WNBA.
Damn. That's crazy.
Most of them have to pivot to being Instagram influencers. And it becomes even scarce in that department when the sport you're in, you may not be able to influence it the best. When you have little girls on TikTok that can dribble and do these little tricks and do this, and they're like, oh, we'll pay you basketball influence, but you got a real WNBA player. They're like, nah, your following ain't that strong. Personality, I'm just saying, like,
not playing basketball is about that. You know,
it doesn't have to be about that
exactly.
for the men. That's the difference. They can go about their lives. They can go do whatever they want to do, and they make a lot of money. Again, the sport makes more money, but what is the fix?
I think that they should just, for one, listen, I think they should invest more into women's sports first and foremost. Like, at the end of the day, these men, like these male athletes, they're able to be the best versions of themselves because they have everything around them to make them the best. I think that regardless of how much money the two separate fields they bring in, still allow them first and foremost to be the best versions of themselves. Like, supply them with everything that they need. I don't think that how much money they bring in should ever just dictate that first and foremost. I think the fix for it, I don't really know the answer for the fix for it. But I do think that
and it's just a combo too. You don't have to have the answer.
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't really know a fix for it. But I just don't agree with not allowing and not equipping those women with everything they need to be the best that they can possibly be.
Devil's advocate again.
Yeah.
The person that you could combat that with or argue that with is going to say to you, well, why would I invest more money into something that's not making me money? That seems like bad business.
Well, how do you know that it won't if you do? If you did invest more money, how do you don't know what that could turn into? You know what I mean? I think that even with male sports, they make a lot of money, but there's so much being invested into. People actually they're giving them the best. They have their best foot forward with everything. Just do the same thing for the women. I just don't see why.
Do you think there's a problem with? This is just me again talking, making up shit as we're going along.
Yeah,
I would argue that in sports in general, and in male sports or men's sports, that there is a more, obviously maybe skewed more toward men, but you still have a more universal demographic of like women as well. Do you think there's a problem that women don't support a lot of times women's sports?
I don't think.
If more women supported women's sports, do you think it would help the case and the argument to promote women's sports?
I don't think that it's just the women supporting women's sports. I think everybody should support women's sports. You know what I mean? I think that, especially now these days, I mean, there's a whole female empowerment movement. It's a real thing. We're being very supportive of each other, but I don't think it should not solely be on us because we're women. We should just be, everybody should support.
No, but Black Lives Matter, right, so to speak. Mm-hmm. If black people didn't support Black Lives Matter, why the fuck would anybody else? Why would they even say this is a fair argument if the people within the community don't even support the argument? So with women, if women within the actual community are not supporting women, devil's advocate. I don't know numbers. I don't know if there's actually more viewership on women than there's men on women's sports. I'm just saying, so to speak. Like, I hear so many women I talk to. I'm like, well, why don't you watch WNBA? Like, I don't watch that shit. And then you be like, okay, well then, what's the fucking fix here? Because dudes not watching, they watching men's sports.
That's true. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, what is the like PR thing that puts women's, like, why do we know all the biggest women's sports stars we know? Is it just because it's because they're the best, and it's because
individuals though?
There's a lot of individuals.
It'll be like tennis. You can be a big.
But like, do we watch tennis or do we know who Serena Williams is?
We watch tennis because of Serena Williams.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's a good point.
That is true.
I'm being serious.
Yeah, no, that's
like,
true.
With team sports, it's just a little harder because you have to somewhat be a personality off of a team sport and be the best. It's like, again, with the men, the sport is so big. Yeah. You could be the 7th dude in the NBA with most personality, and you can still be a star. Because the sport is so big.
But just because it's you have such a big stage.
Yeah, right? Such a big stage. So it's like, it's room for more of you. With the WNBA, I would probably say right now, Candace Parker would be the biggest WNBA star. And she, again, probably gets most eyes on her from doing TNT after the NBA games.
Yeah.
Just talking about it. I just don't know the actual fix. I've wanted this for a while. You get beat up as a man if you say stupid shit like, maybe we should lower the rims and make it more entertaining. I do think it would be more entertaining, but that's me ignorantly speaking and being very aware. But I do think if it was 9.5, that's not even a fucking big difference. It's literally 9.5 inches. You would see much more dunking in WNBA. The problem is you can't promote the sport for highlights.
I never thought about that.
No, well, you watch highlights. Even if you don't watch an NBA game, when you go to ESPN, it's a collage of highlights. So you see different dunks or different things, and like you just said, give me the best chance to succeed. If that is the problem, it becomes, well, you think we're not good enough to play the sport at 10 feet? No, I don't. I think you're more skilled than most men. Actually, I do think women are more skilled in basketball than most men. I think that what we are doing is still selling a show. And entertainment is what sells shows. And if we don't get out of our own way and understand that we have to entertain just as much as we have to be good at a sport, then that sport will never make you money.
Never thought about it that way. That's a good point.
You get beat up, though. I'm going to get some comments going to tell me I'm a piece of shit for saying lower the goddamn rim.
But I don't say, listen, I don't play sports, so I don't even like to act like I understand that part of it. But I do understand about the part of it being entertaining. I get that. And I never thought about that way. I really never thought
I've never thought about that either.
I
completely understand why an athlete would be like,
I think
shut the fuck up.
Well, I think that if that ever became a thing, I think that you let the women decide. I don't think that should be decided for the women. I think that if that's what they want, then, let them decide.
In every sport, though, you have to entertain and you have to be able to sell it. Yeah. Even in tennis, I think it was it Billie Jean? She was the first person that was like, fuck this, I'm going to play doubles with guys. They didn't allow it, and she ended up shooting her own thing. There was a whole documentary about it and a movie about it. It was actually as well. But she ended up shooting her own like basically special of her playing doubles and solo with John McEnroe, who was like the biggest tennis player at the time, because she understands in order for us to get more viewership on the actual sport, like on the actual women's tennis, I have to bring over the biggest face over here. The same way you would collab on a record and say, if I want to get their fan base, then let me do this collaboration because I know they're checking for them.
Right.
Like, I just think that you got to realize that it's still a show.
You're right.
That's a good
really
point.
Good point.
That is a really good point.
And Billie Jean King knew that showmanship of it.
Yeah.
That's why
I gotta watch that.
It's a
sounds
dope movie
bomb.
It is cool,
because the guy
Really?
who's against her is like a big kind of chauvinist. That's his brand.
Yeah.
Really?
So he's like, all right, ladies, I'm gonna show you what's going on. And people were like, why would you give into this? And she's like, because it's part of the show. And then,
I even think even behind the scenes, he even knew it was a show too.
Yeah, he kind of the movie portrays it that he kind of also knew that.
That is on my list.
What is it called? On the base? No,
I forget what the fuck it's called.
I don't know. I want to say On the Basis of Sex. I think that's a different movie.
Battle of Sexes.
Battle of the Sexes.
I got you, bro.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I was also going to say that just for the reason why a lot of people watch women's tennis is because it's on the same time as men's tennis is on, so they have the same eyeballs, versus the WNBA and the NBA normally play at different times. But last year they played at the same time, so the WNBA got more views. So if you put it,
that was a smart
if they
pivot.
play it at the same time, then more than likely the women's will get more views because it's the same time as the men's.
Well, yeah, because it used to be a different season. It was super short. And they would still sometimes go against the Olympics on years, and you're gonna lose that battle.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
But I see the logic in going, well, the men play this season, so people will want to watch basketball in the off season. We'll give them. I see the logic there, but the marketing there makes more sense.
It's some dope ass WNBA players too. Like, I watch the sport, and like it be some motherfuckers out here with real life game that you like. Damn, it sucks that nobody's watching this shit.
A Tennessee man recently won over $1 million in the Tennessee lottery, but almost lost out on the cash prize after briefly losing the lottery ticket. So Nick Slanton bought the ticket and a drink at the grocery store after he finished a day of laying tile on March 10th. The following morning, he said that he checked the results and discovered the ticket was worth more than $1 million. I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. He said, I can't express it. It was something else. He said that he rushed to his fiance's work and told her about the winnings. After sharing the news, he continued to run his errands, taking his brother to go shopping at an auto parts store. However, about an hour later, he realized he had lost the ticket, explaining he couldn't find it anywhere.
He lying. I saw that movie. It's All About the Benjamins with Mike Epps and motherfucking Ice Cube. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. It's a fucking movie, fam. 45, 47. 45, 47. Why you say like that? Dude?
He said he retraced his steps and found the ticket laying on the floor at the auto parts parking lot near the driver's side of another vehicle. It's a $1 million ticket and someone stepped right over it.
Yeah, because they didn't fucking know. And you see lottery tickets all day
long
on the ground.
Yep.
That is insane, though. And like, for him to really find it, or he just made that story up and was like, yo, I got to let these hoes know I won $1 million and I'm going to be in these streets real soon. How else can I do it? I'm going to let them know I lost that shit and I got it back. Thank God, always working with me.
He said that he will continue to work, but plans to buy a new house, a car, and invest.
Oh, you know what it is? I fuck with anybody making money right now, because everybody's a little investor, ain't they?
It's
a little entrepreneur, little investor.
It's true.
I fuck with it because everybody like, you know what? I ain't gonna spend all my money on that shit. I'm gonna invest in something. I don't know what. I think a lot of people are gonna lose money in this investment wave, but I also do like it. I like it.
Listen here. First of all, I'm trying to get over the fact that he hit for $1 million, lost his ticket, and then found it again.
Yeah.
Like, what is Jesus love him?
Yeah, $1 million. That's a lot of. And he in Tennessee. Damn, that's like $6 million. That's like $6
He
million.
lit.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's super lit.
He lit.
I was trying to light a joint at the beginning. When did he find out that
Hand me a lighter. Pass me a lighter.
When did he find out that he got?
So he purchased the ticket. The following morning, he realized that he became a millionaire. He continued to run his errands, lost it while he was running his errands, then went back to retrade. Like in my head, if I win $1 million, I'm not running errands.
This dude is already rich.
No,
this guy's already rich. He's like, oh, I picked up another $1 million. All right, I gotta go to the grocery store first.
Yeah, and then as he was running his errands, he was like, oh shit, I lost the ticket and had to retrade.
No, he's not rich. He said I'm not gonna quit my job. It sounds like he's contemplating quitting life for $1 million, fam. He ain't rich.
Well, he likes
you
his
like
job.
Nigga, I retired. I got $1 million. It's not like it's not motherfucking 76 when you said $1 million. Niggas was like, what? That's not even a real number. They made it up last week.
or he's got like a lot of self-sabotage issues. Like maybe he went to the grocery store and he was like, I'm not ready to be rich. I don't deserve this. I'm a fraud. It's the lottery. And then like, that contributed to him not giving himself the opportunity to believe in himself.
But then he went and got it back though. So what was that?
It's a beautiful moment. He believed in himself.
I like that story better.
Yeah, he found it. He found it within himself. He's like, I can be rich. I can own this auto parts store.
You win $10 million right now. What you doing with it? Both of y'all.
Ooh, parking lots. Investing in parking lots.
Hey, Frankie Muniz, we heard you.
Parking lots?
No, I don't know.
Niggas ain't even driving right now, fam. You losing money.
Ooh.
Damn, what would I do with 10
That's
mil?
a fun question.
I didn't really think
Give me
about
a
that
fun
shit.
answer, motherfucker.
I mean, the obvious answer for me, I would buy a couple properties. I buy some land. I buy some properties. You know what I need to learn?
NFT.
Where would you get them all apart from each other? When you
I would have to do a little research and figure out which markets it would work best in. So I don't.
So yours is based off markets and investments, not like where you want to spend time at.
Yeah, it's not where I want to spend time.
Okay.
At.
So you would buy somewhere that you didn't even give a fuck about spending time there?
Yeah, if
it
it
was
was
good
gonna make
investment?
me money. Yeah.
and then rent it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, renting. Oh, that's
I
different. I
won't
was
say-
saying more like a house that you just like, that's my house.
Eventually,
Yeah.
it'll make me money. So that's why I was like, do you want to get it in a
Yes.
place that'll make you like active money, like
Yeah,
property?
I'll find it somewhere where it's gonna turn
Have some
itself
commercial
over.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good investment.
Yeah.
What you on, fam?
$10 million.
10 mil.
I mean, I definitely buy property as well, but I would more buy it for myself. I like the idea of investing in. Like, I just feel like that's gonna take so much time. I mean, I would invest it in a lot of like things that I've been wanting to do in production, a production company and creative costs and stuff.
That'd
like
be
that.
fun.
Yeah,
That would be fun.
yeah, that's definitely what I do.
We could partner.
Let's do it.
I like that shit.
And then if I can get in on the housing,
Word.
yeah,
I'm down.
okay, cool.
See how we just doubled that right
That's
there? So we
easy.
good.
So easy.
That's what it is.
I
Yeah.
just lost money. I don't know what I would do. I was just asking the question.
What would
you
think
do
about
that
it?
for?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Property is just an easy answer. And
Yeah.
also, it's the right answer.
Okay, what's the first fun?
GameStop.
What's the first fun thing that you would do?
Well, the first fun
Ooh, like
thing.
I
First
win
fun
$10
thing.
million tomorrow.
Yeah, the first fun thing.
I'd probably buy a fun car
Yeah.
and be like, yeah, that's fun. Like, I mean, I could go somewhere, but I don't know of like somewhere that I'm like, I need 10 million to go here.
Right.
Yeah, but just on the idea that I got 10 million, I probably
10
have
million
some
extra. You just like,
crazy-
fuck it.
I find some crazy thing to do.
I'm going to Tokyo and ball out.
I would like fly all my friends to an island
Oh, shit.
and just have the most insane fucking crazy ass time. Like just invite all my friends to an island and turn that shit up. And
Did
then
you buy the island?
I think I might buy the island.
It's not that nice then. If we can get it within
Right?
10 million.
You think it's not?
Where's the
it's
island
not-
at? No.
Okay. it's
This
not.
just feels like you're going to have
Or
to do
at
a
least-
lot
at least-
of planning.
Maybe I'll just fly them into the island. I'll fly them into the island, and then I don't know. I don't know from there.
Don't you feel like it's going to be so complicated?
might be
to
like
do
It's
all
a
that?
motherfucking freak Nick. 10 million, and then they be like, whoa, that was a wild ass time though.
Yeah, it was just like
They'll remember it forever. They was like,
forever.
they be like, well, Jeffrey Epstein wasn't doing shit else with his
But
island.
just cut it out.
Happy we bought it. I'm happy we bought it.
I'm not
He
doing
already
this
had all the
with you.
things set up.
I'm not doing this with you.
There's plumbing.
All the shit was set up. This is easy.
Nobody wanted to buy it.
I'm gonna hit my.
They
J.
say he was there again, didn't they? Didn't they say he was in New Mexico?
Jeffrey Epstein showed up
Y'all didn't see this? Then we covered this on the show, didn't we?
a while ago.
We had it was like
There was a man who looked like Jeffrey
no,
Epstein.
fam, stop it. They said he was in New Mexico and he owns a house in New Mexico.
Shut up.
Okay, I ain't make this up. I do a news show each week, Sevyn. I don't know if you know what I do myself
I
in my
know.
life, but I do a news show and I keep up what's going on in these streets.
That's
and they said
crazy.
that boy Jeff ain't die.
Wow.
They said Jeff too rich to die. And he got too much dirt on these motherfuckers.
Wow.
That's what they said.
Wow.
I think it's crazy that news story like came and went and it wasn't in like the top 10. It's probably in the top 10.
Because we didn't cover it
It's
hard
on the
enough.
top 5. We covered that shit a lot. We ended every episode with Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself for a
That's
while.
true, but we never said that we thought he was in New Mexico. Like, I mean,
No,
people say in
well-
passing, like, Tupac in Cuba and shit, but, like, have we ever really went out there and looked is the question.
No.
You think Jeffrey's gonna get cocky eventually? And be
I
like,
think
"I'm
Jeff is
here."
going. I think Jeff already cocky. He went back to the old crib. How cocky is that? The nigga was like, I got some mail to get.
I'm not
I got
doing
some
this.
Amazon packages I gotta get. you would at least move to a different state or country.
I just think, okay, also,
or new facial hair.
Sorry, do you remember that during that entire thing, the judge for one of the cases,
he died too,
was killed?
Yeah, motherfucker. I know what time it is.
Like a FedEx person walked up to their house, shot them with a gun.
It wasn't a real FedEx person.
No,
Chris.
it wasn't a FedEx. It was a person.
Imagine
it was a hitman.
They went into FedEx. Like, which one of y'all niggas need some extra money?
But they killed a judge's family, like in the middle of that court case, and we kind of just let it.
No, you did, Chris. I've been fighting a good
we've
fight.
been talking about. I feel like the world doesn't.
Chris, I've been
talk about
investigating
this.
each week. I ain't been saying nothing, but I'm getting closer.
You get closer.
I'm getting closer. So that's what I'm saying.
There's gonna be a Jeffrey Epstein podcast in a few years, and everyone's gonna be like, "I didn't realize that shit happened." It's like, yeah, it happened. Like during the fucking the murder hornets year. Remember the
murder hornets? Where it was so much shit that happened. 2020 was fucking insane that we let so much shit just go. It was a whole bunch of legends that died that we was like, this is the wrong year, nigga. You should have picked any other year than this year. Because people didn't even get to celebrate people for real. Like,
no.
I don't even think people really realize who died. We watching the Grammys and it was extra names. I was like, that nigga died.
Wow. Yeah, because it was just so much.
It was way too much.
It was so much. Jesus, it was so much.
Keep bringing Jesus back on this podcast.
It was crazy.
Another scheming high school mom has been arrested. Laura Carroll, an assistant principal at Bellevue Elementary near Florida, allegedly conspired with her 17-year-old daughter, Emily, to help her secure the coveted title of the 2020 homecoming queen. On Monday, Carroll and her daughter were both arrested on criminal charges by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. According to the New York Times, Carroll's school district login had been used to gain access to internal accounts of 372 high school students since August. In October, when the homecoming election was taking place, the school district's election coordinator contacted administrators to flag that more than 100 homecoming election votes had been cast in a short period of time, all from the same IP
mail-in
address.
ballots.
Emily apparently didn't take pains to hide her actions. A student council coordinator heard her bragging that she had used her mom's login to get into students' accounts during the election, and multiple witnesses told law enforcement that Emily had routinely bragged about using her mother's login.
She snitched on herself?
One person said, Emily looks up all of our a group of friends' grades and makes comments about how she can find our test scores all the time.
Emily's a little bitch.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck Emily.
Yeah, Emily.
Also, why did mama get arrested if she didn't know about this shit? Emily's like a little bitch who getting the whole family taken down.
I mean, but her mother gave her the login.
I thought she said she stole the login.
No,
it was the two of them.
Okay, this is kind of Emily though.
I think it's both. It was both of them. It doesn't say.
I don't know if it said the mother.
Did
it say that the mother gave her the logins?
It says that Carroll School's district login had been used to gain access.
Yeah,
so,
that don't mean that sounds like Emily stole the mother's. No. Kids are smart. Parents still write shit on paper. My mama Rolodex is still on a fucking real paper, nigga. I see this shit, I'm like, mama, you got all the numbers on this paper. She's like, yeah, it's your grandma number. You write this shit down. You know how easy it is?
This lady has a daughter who's in high school.
So I'm saying that at some point, the mother may have written it down or done something where she found the mother's login. It sounds like Emily's a little bitch here, man.
I agree with you that Emily kind of sounds like a little
That's
bit.
like me doing that to my mama. My mama was the dean. It's like me
Yeah,
getting her shit and going in there
exactly.
and logging it. And I really could have. I had access to. I didn't have the codes, but if I ever wanted to, I'm pretty sure I could have went up in there and I knew where all the files were. I knew where everything was.
Imagine her just walking past you being like, get those grades up.
Come on.
You just like, what, bitch? I'm about to fight you for no reason. Everybody thought I was smart in the circle.
Right.
She committed election fraud. Could she commit like grade fraud? Could she change her friends' grades?
Oh, it's full circle to 7.
That's deep. Yeah, that's deep.
Great.
Well,
Probably.
you could. I believe you could. When your mama worked for the school, bro, you know where everything is.
Ooh,
it's the truth. You do,
Emily.
Like, you can if you want to get to it, you can. You know what I mean?
And she cast 100 votes for herself for homecoming queen.
That's not bad though. She only 100 votes off. How many kids in the school?
It doesn't say
112.
Emily need her ass beat though.
No, Emily sounds like a bad person.
She really need to get her ass beat.
But like arrested though, we need to defund the police because we using money to have motherfuckers arrested for rigging an election of a school.
Prom.
This maybe you don't get the fuck homecoming. Nigga, it wasn't even for prom. It wasn't even for prom. It was homecoming. It was just homecoming.
Damn, just homecoming, Emily.
I think they're just so
Diane.
stoked to be like, a case of election fraud has been found in a high school homecoming.
Close to Florida. That's as close as we're gonna get.
But listen here, I'm from Florida, so in that, my people I love. But why we always gotta have the crazy stories, bro? I mean, like,
What? This show
it
is
be
about
like
Florida.
some of the craziest stuff that happened. Listen, come to Haines City where I'm from. I swear, it's you have a good time there.
It's normal.
It's normal that we have good vibes. Come to where I'm from, okay?
I felt like she was gonna say normal, and then she changed it to "you'll have a good time."
Listen, well, I mean, what?
Does anything ever surprise you in Florida, or are you like, nah, this is Florida? Where anything goes.
Anything? No, it honestly, it doesn't surprise me. Like honestly, not the crazy racial shit that don't surprise me. I grew up in it's the South. You know what I mean? So
we didn't even say it like that. Like the South, where racism is home.
Yeah, we had a race war at our high school for like a whole week where the whites fought. It was a whole thing in high school like years ago. So it's like nothing surprises me. With that, you know.
Who had to like stop the race war? Like who was big chief of the school that was like, yo, we gonna go talk to the white dudes?
Our administration, they did a good job with that. You know,
your mama?
My mama and the rest of the staff, like they calmed that shit down. And, you know, things kind of got back to normal. But no, nothing surprised me. It's a lot that goes down in Florida.
And that happened on Moesha, too.
Huh?
That happened on Moesha for, I think it was...
Wait, what?
I think it was a race war.
You used to like Moesha?
What? You didn't watch Moesha?
First of all, I was a diehard, and I watch Moesha to this day.
Play with me, fam.
No, but I'm like, I didn't know that boys were watching Moesha like that back then. I knew that me and my girlfriends.
We only had 7 shows. We watched them all. Wayne and Brothers, Moesha.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, like Martin, of course.
Sister.
Sisters was cool. Those weren't our shows, though. We fucked with those shows too, but those were black representation shows. We had black shows, underpaid Negroes. We had UPN shows.
I hate you.
We had Moesha. We had Wayne Brothers. Yeah, Jamie Foxx show was a black
the Parkers.
Show. The Parkers was great. Yeah.
Oh, I miss all of them shows.
It was good. We had quality content.
I want new like black sitcoms like that.
That's what I'm saying. We had good ass content.
We did. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah.
I want to see another living single.
You know Moesha?
Yeah, I know Moesha.
Did you watch
Moesha a little bit after school sometimes.
She had her real motherfucking brother in that show. That shit was thug.
That was fire.
That was gangster, my nigga. She was like, yo, D Money gonna be Ray J.
Come on, D Money.
D Money.
He also played like 3 different characters throughout the course of the show.
Yeah, then he came back. He was a cousin. Then he was a whole bunch of different shit.
But honestly, he held his own too on that show. Though.
He did.
He was fire. It was like it wasn't one of those things you could be like, oh, he just got it because. Nah, he actually was a really great.
What's her name? It's not Cheryl Ralph Johnson. What is it?
I know
Cheryl Lee Ralph.
Shirley Ralph.
Shirley Lee Ralph.
I love her.
I had a crush on her as a kid.
I loved
from
her.
watching Moesha.
I love it. She reminded me of my mama actually.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing with the mama being the dean of thing.
Yeah.
I had to deal with that. All the football players used to like.
Want your mama?
What?
Because authority is sexy.
Oh my God.
You got a woman being like, yo, get your ass in the You like, don't talk to me like that.
Listen, she used to wear these little power suits. My mama was a very bad woman.
Fire.
She's a bad woman.
Fire.
But she used to wear these power suits, and then the boys were like, hey, your mama hit me.
When you say power, do you mean power like power or power like the show?
Power suits. Like
St. Patrick?
Yeah.
James St. Patrick suits? Double breasted?
Basically.
That was power.
Yeah.
Got it.
I can't stand it.
Like a pantsuit.
Yeah, she was fly. You know, they was like,
yeah, I'm seeing it.
They go, your mama walking down the hallway.
My mom was a teacher too.
Yeah.
And I would get the same thing. Yes. You getting a little fights here and there. Like, stop playing with me, fam.
You got to
fight. Do your mama, G. And you got to fight me, nigga.
See, my mom was never a teacher in my school. My mom was a teacher, but not in my school. I never had that mom in school. My mom was a high school teacher.
High school, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But she used to teach elementary school. She's moved all around. She teaches music.
Cool.
Nice. Oh,
so it switches around.
Oh, that's dope. Oh, I love my music teacher, Miss West. Shout out Miss West. Woo woo. Used to love her.
She is not watching this.
Listen,
I can promise
she
you.
She gonna watch it now. Now my daddy.
Did she smoke?
Nah, I don't think she smoked. She don't smoke.
Oh, that's interesting to think about the high school teachers I had, and whether they smoked or not.
I know for sure one of my high school teachers used to smoke. For sure. For sure.
Who? Which one?
Oh, you gonna make me tell on Mr.
You almost snitched right there. I didn't even have to.
Listen,
I ain't had to twist your arm too far. You was like, you gonna make me snitch on Mr.
Name, but listen here, this is one. You know, you had that one cool.
What
teacher.
class? What class?
It was science.
Science.
It was
Science.
science. The science officer, science teacher.
What's the science teacher smoke
The
weed?
science teacher, but he was a cool. You had that one cool teacher. He was that cool teacher.
My science teacher
all
was
love.
crazy.
Crazy?
He was crazy. I'm trying to think of his name. Dr. Al. Dr. Al. Close your eyes.
That sounds
He was
crazy.
like, abstinence is the key. Do not have sex. Close your eyes and visualize. He would promote us masturbating in class. Man, it was like, nobody even brought this up to you.
What?
Why are you promoting us beating our dicks? This is weird.
He would
fam.
promote it?
He would say, close your eyes and visualize.
Oh my God.
Because the internet wasn't that fast at the school yet. So, yeah, that was his real thing. But he, like, yeah, he would show us all these, like, weird, like, he showed us Lion King and, like, this, you know, ever watched Little Conspiracies? The subliminal messages going through Lion King when Simba plops down and it says sex. And
He would show you that as like part of a lesson.
Wait, what?
He just would. He was a fucking cool little weird teacher that was just like, let me tell you about the world and wanted to always show you some shit. And
I
you'd be
like them kind of teachers.
Yeah,
though.
he was cool. No, he was cool. I think he
Yeah.
died. That's what I'm saying. I think he was cool. I think
Rest
he died.
in peace.
Rest in peace, Dr.
Dr.
Al.
Al.
I know you watching this from heaven. This what you spending your time doing, nigga. That's crazy.
Stupid.
Imagine my fucking science teacher looking down like, this is what I do up here. Wine and weed. Like, you are wasting your eternal life, nigga. Get it together.
I think the science. Now I'm trying to imagine. Now I'm realizing that in my school there's an older science teacher, man, who totally smoked weed. And why didn't I realize that? And then there was like a younger kind of surfer one who maybe smoked weed.
Come on.
Yeah, for sure.
But then there was a physics one who also taught at the college who, if anything, did cocaine. You know, he was like,
Christians went to a drug school.
he's like a very, it's going to tie in, watch. And this guy, I didn't, it was AP physics and he like came over from the college. And like, I was in some AP classes, but physics wasn't it for me. I was kind of like, nah, I like didn't really do the homework. I was like, I don't think I'm going to pass this class. And I didn't. I failed the class. So I went to his, office and I was had to try to convince him, look, I know I got below a 60%, but will you just give me a D, because then I at least get a science credit, and I don't have to like retake science, like I don't have enough time, like come on, man, like I don't do this, you know that, just like let me. And he walked in and
what do you have his dick out?
I don't do science.
I don't do this, dude. I want the D, but this is
it was
not
like,
this
look,
D.
I'm good in other areas in school. It looks like physics wasn't one of them. Like, don't fuck me over going to college now, you know, because I don't get this credit. So he was like, kind of working at a mile a minute as I asked him, and he was like, was basically like, okay, I'll change your grade from an F to a D. And I was like, cool.
Hey.
And then I went to the office, to the administrator. I got the pass that was like changed to a F to a D, and he would have to fill it out. And he wrote down I came back in, he was distracted again, talking about sports on the phone, doing a million things at once. And he wrote change from a D to a C. And I was like, but I didn't get a D, I got an F. So I brought it to the administration, and my only experience with looking at these records is going into the attendance office and just like being like, hey, the grade's up yet? Because I just wanted to know if I was actually going to get changed to a C. I got changed to a C. I did not deserve a C.
Listen.
I failed that class.
You know what? He probably smoked a lot of weed and he was in a good space.
Maybe he
And he
smoked.
just felt really...
It was the cocaine guy, but maybe he smoked weed. And maybe he like could smoke an indica and kind of work at that high level still.
You beat the system.
You did. You did.
Bravo.
Thanks, guys. It was just all these stories just really led to the one time I really took high school by the balls.
Yeah. Proud of you.
Very.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. My mom would have loved you.
What is she?
Yeah. She would have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I cheated.
She would have loved you. She would have saw the effort in all of it.
Effort in what?
The effort. She would have saw effort.
Telling some dude, hey, I don't want to fail.
Listen,
and dude was like, that's fair.
Listen, you had the balls to ask your teacher. She would have liked you.
What? I used to have to fucking suck up to my teachers. Crazy, fam. Crazy. My teachers also hated me because I was crazy in high school.
Were you bad?
I wasn't bad. No, I wasn't. It depends on what high school you went to. At my high school, I was bad. At a normal high school, I would have been a good kid.
Okay.
I would have been a goody two-shoe at a normal school. At my school, it was just like all nerds. So it's like you could do something normal and they'd be like, he's a thug.
Damn.
And you like, what the fuck? No.
What type of shit did you used to do though? Like,
what type of shit I used to do?
Yes.
Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Just not go to class.
I mean,
that's not crazy. We had off-campus lunch.
Oh, okay.
I just would never come back.
Oh, that's not crazy. That ain't crazy.
And I used to like go charm my teachers and shit, go talk to them and be like, yo, fam. I negotiated one time with my Spanish teacher that he would give me an A for not coming to his class.
What? How did you do that?
Because I was just causing problems in the first week and a half. And then I was like, if you want these problems to stop, I could go.
I'm gonna need you to compensate me.
I could leave, my nigga, if you just say the word, and I'm gone. And then he would yell at me whenever I would poke my head in, just to be like, "What y'all doing in here?" Just fuck with him. He'd be like, "Get out of here!" And I'm like, "Ah!"
And gave you a pass.
That bad kid.
He gave you a passing grade to stay away.
He gave me an A.
To stay away.
To stay away.
He gave you an A to stay away.
My dog, Mr. Sarasoli.
Wow.
I heard he was a rich kid that didn't care about that job no way. So
that sound like it.
Fuck yeah, I fucked with him. He was cool. He was
Wow.
cool. So I got over the system too, Chris.
Yeah. I did the same things, just worked within the system. When I turned 18, I got the ability to check yourself out of class, which was just an amazing California law.
Yeah.
That you can just check yourself out of class.
That's
and
everywhere.
I was like, Mom, I have to run errands for the school activities I do. And my mom was like, okay, fine. She signed it. And I would legally be allowed to ditch class if I wanted
that's
to.
some bullshit. So here we are. Both of y'all got over on the system. Meanwhile, I could have been like Emily and really got over on the system, but I was there really trying to get real grades. I could have been
How do we know you
Emily.
didn't?
I swear I didn't. I was really in there doing my shit.
When you got signed at 15, were
I
you
could
really
have been like
doing
Emily.
your work, or were you just?
Or is it like, this girl got signed and she's from our town?
Nah.
Hey, yeah, you get all A's.
Nah, my mom
Fuck
became
yeah.
our teacher for my group when I was 15. So she was
Oh,
like
you definitely got all A's.
over my shoulder. Nah, but she was making sure I get that shit done.
Yeah.
She ain't play them games at
So-
all.
So you
I could have been an Emily.
Give your mama a shout out then for making you smart still.
I
and
mean,
shit.
appreciate you. You my nigga though. You know that, mama. Love you.
Okay, y'all got a good relationship.
My mama, my dog. That's my
I
dog.
can tell.
Yeah, that's my dog. Her
So
and
you
my-
would never snitch
her
on
and
her
my
for giving you
daddy.
them A's. You wouldn't rat her out.
Listen here, man.
Oh shit. You know you just getting old when you just start moving your legs and
For no
they
reason.
make sounds and shit. Like, what was that
That
random
was a
sound?
whole crack.
Yeah, it was. Do you do that? You hear shit?
Yeah, you taking a 2-hour drive recently? Because when you drive for 2 hours, like when I get out of the car when I'm driving home to my hometown, like after 2 hours, I'm like, oh, and like you can't move.
No, I ain't like that.
And like, okay, never mind. Me
That's
neither. I'm
wild,
not getting old. I'm not getting old.
Oh, I somehow came on that drive.
I'm like, for some reason, when I get out of the car to like fill up my gas tank, and I've been driving for more than like 2 hours, I'm like, oh. I'm like, oh no. It reminds me of this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you know when you get old, when you on planes and you just see a nigga in the aisle just
going up
stretching for no fucking reason, doing weird shit.
That's
You
some
like,
real shit.
Yeah, you like, man, you get old. I definitely see you as somebody that get up.
I
and
think
stretch your
think
leg.
there should be a stretch area in the airport, and everyone should be encouraged to stretch.
I feel you.
It's
I
good
do
for your
feel
body.
You. I feel you. Especially when you travel a lot. That shit is very necessary.
You gotta
I
stretch in
feel you do have
between
to
those.
stretch.
Yeah,
You do.
you're fucking sitting like this for like 8 hours.
Damn.
That sucks.
Damn,
That's
she
true.
know how rich she is. She said, damn. She was like, I fly first class. I don't know what that
You
feels
were
like.
all the way
so.
back.
She saw you was like, she was like, that look weird.
Shut up.
Is he in a pod? She's like, what kind of bed is that? What plane is this?
Cut it out.
That's crazy.
Nah, I feel that pain though in real life. Stretching is essential.
It is.
Working out is essential.
What if somebody started stretching before y'all had sex? Would you be like, I'm
Nah, I
good?
would love that shit.
If you saw a nigga if you walked in and he was like,
yeah, get to it.
Yeah.
Listen, so you, whatever you
Well, we
got.
put a brace on his knee. What before y'all started?
No.
Would you be like, nah, fam? You about to come out the fuck out. Why you got that Allen Iverson sleeve on? Why you got that? Nigga, what you about to do?
Listen, if it help you perform better, listen, do what you got to do. Okay?
Word?
I'm not mad at it. Do what you got to do.
What is?
Listen, go stretch it on out so you can go get on up in there. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like, you
stretch out, boy.
Stretch it out, boys.
It's like getting hot and heavy. You're making out. It's like, can I have 5 minutes to stretch?
Nah.
Would you stretch before sex? Have you
Uh,
ever?
like with my girlfriend, like, and we're like gonna have sex.
Wait,
You
so
know?
wait, it's like
Like
a form
in
of
what the
foreplay?
fuck?
Like, let's say you're
How
on
are you
vacation
answering this?
and you're about to like have some fucking sex.
Okay.
Might do, and like she's taking a shower or something. I might
Oh, but
do a
she's a
little
yogi.
stretching.
She's a yogi.
Yeah.
So she.
Oh, that's different.
yeah.
Oh, that's different. Oh.
So she's stretching you
go
out.
off,
It's
sis.
like a-
I'm like, go off with the yogi vibe.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, I don't think it would be. I think it'd be weird in the middle of a hot and heavy night.
Hot and heavy. You've used hot and heavy 3 times now. The first 2, I was like, okay.
If it's getting hot and
And
also heavy,
Listen.
The 3rd time, I was like, I gotta put a stop to this.
look, if it's getting that heavy, heavy, what does that even fucking mean?
I don't know.
What is hot and heavy?
That's
I imagine I'm saying that like if you're in the middle of a hookup with somebody you don't know,
Yes.
but or any, you know, it doesn't have to be with somebody you don't know. I'm saying like a new hookup versus like being like, you wanna have
you're
sex after
saying
dinner,
routine.
and you're like, yeah, babe.
you say that?
No, but you know, but
Shit.
you're like, you're waiting for your girlfriend to be done with the shower, so you might do a little stretching. This is good. I think stretching before sex is
Do
important.
you like for a girl to ask you for sex? Do you like a girl to be like, yo, I want sex? Or do you have to initiate? Do you like to be the initiator? Would you get turned off if your girl was like, give me a dick?
Both are
grab that
fine with
dick.
me.
Just grab
Just
it.
grab your dick
Like-
on soft, no motherfucking introduction, no nothing.
Give me that.
She just was like, yeah, on 0%. Let me see
Right.
what it really hit for.
I think that happens to men sometimes, and you're like, okay, this is what girls must feel like, right? Like sometimes that happens. Do you not like that?
It's
when that
getting
happens
real
to
in
you?
these streets. Women want power and they want it now. There was a friend of mine that told me a girl asked him recently to send her a motherfucking video
A
of
dick
him
pic?
a video of him jagging
A
that
video?
dick and coming. I said, that's wild, fam.
Wow.
I said, the game is changing.
It is
If
changing.
people are out here asking for meat and skeet on one video, this is insane.
Not me. First of all, I'm done with you, meat ski. You
Nigga,
stupid.
what?
You stupid. Nah, that's different.
That is different.
That's different. Listen, sis knew what she wanted.
Is that where we're at? Where you gotta be like, if you call yourself a feminist and a man that stands with the movement, are you gotta be like, I gotta be comfortable enough? I guess she know what she want, or can you be like, hey, this is a little wild, baby girl? Like,
I mean,
You know?
for one, I listen. I'm an advocate for women saying what it is, what they want, how they want to
Me
feel.
too.
Like, I'm all for it. Be vocal, sis. If you want that, tell. This is what I want. This is how I want it. This is how I want you to do it. Say that.
it's the recording of my meat that I have a
But
problem
that is
with.
different. Like,
So different.
That
First
is
of all, how do I
different.
even
That is
frame that
different.
thing up? Like, am I
I
using a
just wanna know
tripod?
how does
Like,
the text go through? Like, how do you request that?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
I hope
hey,
she just
so
sent an
next
example.
time, like, I'm like, how do you request? That's crazy.
But also,
crazy.
like, either way, you, no matter what gender you are, you run the same risk, right? Of being like, this is what I want. Some girls really like a man being like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
And some girls are like, weird, that creeps me out. And that can happen the same way the other way. So a woman can say, this is what I want, but some man might be
Yeah,
like,
it's just preference.
I
It's
don't
all
want,
preference.
it's all preference.
yeah, so you'd
Yeah.
be like, she creepy.
I don't think I would, well, like my girlfriend doing that, is that creepy? Or like me meeting a woman?
I mean,
if
I don't think a girl should be grabbing your dick on the streets. That's wild. That is no. I meant like I guess your girlfriend. I don't know. I'm just saying like a girl you're talking to or interested in, or somebody you're dating or conversing with.
Right.
yeah, I'm fine
to some
with her
level.
doing that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
exciting.
It's exciting.
It is
You
exciting.
know.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
I hear you, Chris.
Yeah.
No, she's like, you know, she's
like,
into you.
She just doesn't look.
What do you think that it's like emasculating?
She just looks you dead in the eye. She don't say shit. She just say.
Steelo.
I was just asking. I don't know. No, I don't. I mean,
it depends on the
it.
circumstance,
Yeah,
as I'm sure it does the other way around.
I'm guessing if the woman did that to me, we at least talked about something where she like, yo, this thing about to get used. And I'm like, that feels fair. That's true. But if it was just like off the rip, like, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Nigga, shut up.
No, that's different.
No, you'd be like, I think I just got assaulted by somebody.
Yeah, but then
I
I'd be
think
mad
they
at
just
my
Terry
shit.
Crewsed me.
But then I'd be mad that my shit like jumped a little. I got slightly turned on.
I mean, it probably. I mean, would that be a turn on?
No. You'd be thrown the fuck off. You wouldn't know what happened. You'd be like, what the fuck?
No, I don't think it would be.
It would be a turn on.
No, you said it would?
It wouldn't. No.
Oh no. Had an amazing time with Miss Sevyn Streeter. Appreciate you being here.
No,
I love your new single too.
Thank you. Thank you. My guilty baby.
Yes. Appreciate you being here. That is all for us. I am already crossfaded. Zip it up.
Come back next week for our 100th episode.
Yeah, bitch.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We're going to have a big ass party and stuff. We're going to have it in Miami.
Yes.
Zip it up and zip it out.